Steve said I should introduce myself. I want you to know that my wife, Carol, is ready to read this in case I don't make it through this. I am Ron Albert, and very happy to be a part of this today. And I, too, would like to thank Alicia for all her time that she's put into this. And I'd like to tell Bill that I, too, am wearing my blue sport coat. Perhaps you have heard this quote. Didn't know this would happen so quickly, Carol. A music teacher made a difference in my life. In my case, those teachers were Mr. James Getty, Dr. Ferris Ohl, and Mr. William Kraus. Approximately 50 years ago, in 1974, I was a sophomore at Sandusky High School and heading to Europe during that summer with American Youth Symphony and Chorus for a 30-day tour. And I would like to add to my speech, at that time, 30 days cost $800. That's a long time ago, several $1,000s ago. The nucleus of the choir was made up of students from SHS, a cappella choir, under the direction of Mr. Jim Getty. And I might also add that Don Cope went on that trip, and he and his wife celebrated their first anniversary while they were on that trip. Upon returning from that once-in-a-lifetime experience, we were informed that Jim Getty was leaving Sandusky to take the choir job at the University of Maine. We learned now our new choir director was going to be Mr. Bill Kraus, who we all had at Jackson Junior High. Our choir for the upcoming year was already selected to perform at the Ohio-Kentucky Music Educators Conference to be held that year in Cincinnati. At that time, we thought that now we probably would not go. Bill Kraus, however, had other ideas. It was then we knew that he was the man to complete the job that Jim had started. He won us over by challenging us with playing bells to raise the joy of man's desire, a very difficult task that we worked endless hours rehearsing. We also did Ralph Vaughan Williams' Fantasia on a Christmas Carol, in which Bill selected me to be the baritone soloist. It was at the OMEA convention when Dr. Ferris Ohl from Heidelberg College heard our choir, and a couple years later, I received a very nice scholarship to attend Heidelberg. Years later, Bill invited me to perform that piece again when the Sandusky Choral Society programmed that selection for our yearly Christmas concert. During my time at Jackson Junior High, I often wondered, will Bill Kraus ever retire? I wondered that for many years, actually. I was hoping someday to have a chance to be the next SHS a cappella choir director. Well, that finally happened in 1993. Bill served 19 years in a very rigorous and rewarding position at Sandusky High School. It was during that time Bill encouraged me to interview for the job. As luck would have it, I was named next choir director at SHS. I am positive that Bill had a say in that. The first year at Sandusky High School for any choir director is not an easy task, and I'm sure Bill will agree with me. My first year at SHS, I heard many times, "That is not the way Mr. Kraus did." Bill was always a big help to me and the students at SHS. My very first year, he once stated, just get the first year under your belt, and before you know it, 10 years will have gone by. My first year at SHS, Bill scheduled approximately 40 keynote and bell choir concerts during the Christmas season, and sort of talked to the students about singing in the candlelight processional at Disney World. As I stated earlier, that first year was certainly a challenge. My first year, we did take a bus to Disney to sing in the candlelight procession. By the way, that first year, we had a flat tire 2 hours out of Sandusky. And in coming back, I said to my wife, if we ever do this again, we will fly. And we did that quite a few times after that. During my years as director, Bill was always very supportive of me and the a cappella choir. We would see him at all the concerts, and he would often return to direct Beautiful Savior. At contest time, he was always willing to listen to the choir and give comments to help us receive a superior rating. For 36 years, the a cappella choir endured 2 local choir directors that grew up in Sandusky, trying to make young singers strive to be the very best they could be. Think of the many memories of concerts, musicals, trips, and the elusive superior rating at OMEA district and state contests. The contest plaques that still line the walls in the choir room are a result of a lot of hard work. They represent many talented students that have returned here today, and a dedicated director that cared enough to strive for the very best. My students at SHS would not forgive me today if I did not include a sports analogy. Getting a superior rating at OMEA state contests is like winning the Super Bowl. That feeling is not rewarded by money, but by self-satisfaction and commitment. The students of Mr. William Kraus will be ever thankful to you as a friend and teacher. Thank you for making us strive to be the very best. All hail the blue and white, and the Lord bless you and keep you. As I began today, my music teacher made a difference in my life. I speak for many students. Thank you, Mr. Kraus.
Mr. Albert. In the 8th grade, when I was his teacher, he was a great musician then. I, the teacher, praised him. I appreciated everything you taught me. I was such a learner, your person. Your ways and means meant a great deal. You helped me through my years. I borrowed from you many great things. I couldn't match you in fish. But I want to thank sincerely you, your mother, your dad, your sisters. They're all such great people. I've been blessed by them. I've been blessed by you, God.
Thank you.